Welcome back for another video. In today's video I'll be running through my Gameweek14 team selection, transfer plans and thoughts heading into this game week. It's a Tuesday deadline and a packed schedule for content to come. A quick thank you to the newest YouTube members, Sanche, Max, Alexander, Dave, Amir, Rajashbul, Ike, KKGM and Nisanth. If you're interested in becoming a YouTube member too, a link's in the description, which includes early access to videos and a private channel on our Discord where I'll give team feedback. Let's start with a quick look back at how Game Week 13 went. A rollercoaster of a game week, Ramsdale and Trent did well in defence, but it was disappointing to lose the Cancelo clean sheet in the 94th minute, as he was also on for 2 bonus. Likewise, Chelsea were quite dominant in their game, but a big mistake from Jorginho led to Chelsea conceding. The Foden to Jota move couldn't have gone much better, as Foden didn't make the squad and Jota scored twice. There were murmurs of the Liverpool game getting postponed due to the weather, but in the end it was the Burnley v Tottenham game that got postponed. It can't be rescheduled until Game Week 21 at the earliest, so we're some way off a Spurs double game week. It was another grey area and we're still second in the world, so the pressure is on. On to the Game Week 14 team selection and transfer plans. Ramsdale starts in goal for a tough away fixture to Man United. It'll be Rangnick's first game in charge, so the atmosphere will be bouncing and the players will be keen to prove themselves. Ramsdale kept his 6th clean sheet in 10 games against Newcastle in Game Week 13. But in Game Week 14, the bookies have given Arsenal around an 18% chance of shutting United out. Trent picked up his 7th assist of the season in Game Week 13 and he's the second highest scoring player after Salah. He's outscored Salah for the last 3 game weeks in a row now, and it'll be interesting to see how captaincy shapes up this game week. Among all players, Trent is first for expected assists on 4.9, which just underlines how great he's been, second being Bruno on 2.9 expected assists. Chelsea face Watford away this week for a great looking fixture. There's a little bit of concern that at some point over this busy schedule, James gets rotated out for a game or two, with Azpilicueta potentially playing instead. Watford could be the type of fixture that Tuchel feels he could afford to rotate before they face West Ham on Saturday. However, regardless of rotation doubts, you have to start him every week. Cancelo was very unfortunate to lose his clean sheet in the 94th minute off an incredibly well hit volley by Lanzini. He was also on for 2 bonus, so a 6-point swing all out. He faces Aston Villa, who have been great under new manager Gerrard, winning both games and conceding just a single goal. Cancelo's second for expected goal involvement among all defenders after Trent, and he's another player that you start through the winter schedule regardless of possible rotation at some point. Alonso completes the back 4. We brought him in last week as the Chilwell replacement. Before Alonso lost his spot in Game Week 7, he had 4 clean sheets, 1 goal and 1 assist in 6 appearances. Over those 6 game weeks he created 12 chances, took 41 crosses and had 11 shots. Watford faced Chelsea after conceding 4 against Leicester, so we'll hope for more goals with the wing-backs involved. Alonso was brought off in the 78th minute last game week, which is something to keep an eye on. It had been a while since he last played, so in all likelihood Tuchel was just building his fitness, or perhaps not risking him for the full 90, as he's their only clear option who can play that position. Salah gets the armband for the Everton game. We've discussed how Trent has outscored Salah over the last 3, and he's certainly a reasonable alternative. However, I feel Salah is still the highest ceiling option. It's also worth pointing out that he still hasn't blanked since Game Week 2, so when we discuss Salah's drop off, he's still putting up the points, albeit not the hauls of a bit earlier in the season. Jota starts off the back of a great performance last game week, putting 2 past Southampton in the 4-0 win. This season he's had an expected goal involvement every 105 minutes, which is even better than Salah and Mane. He's had around 20% less game time, however it demonstrates what a great pick he is when he's playing. And his minutes are more assured while Firmino is out, and while Salah and Mane are at the African Cup of Nations from around Game Week 21 onwards. Those of us with Spurs assets will be frustrated by the last minute postponement of the Burnley v Spurs game. This game week a well rested Son faces Brentford at home. He's an easy hold for the next couple of games, especially the Norwich fixture, despite not getting any returns since Game Week 8. We'll continue to back the fixtures and hope he'll come good. By chance, it was only on the last team selection video we discussed how it's good practice to captain and vice captain from 2 different fixtures, just in case of a postponement. I've seen a few screenshots of teams with Kane captain and Son vice, which will unfortunately be a lesson learned the hard way. Rafinha is another player in exactly the same position with a couple of great home fixtures before we consider moving him on. Leeds have been boosted by the return of some important players, and Ayling and Bamford are also reportedly finishing their recovery, so we hope to see them on the pitch soon, which will only benefit Rafinha. Adam Armstrong registered 2 big chances in Gameweek 13 despite facing Liverpool, so he's getting in the right positions and plays at home this week against Leicester, whose last clean sheet came all the way back in August against Wolves in Gameweek 1. Over the last 4 game weeks, Armstrong's had an expected goal involvement of 2.64, which is the 3rd highest among all players. We were surprised to see all 3 of Armstrong, Adams and Brozier all starting together last week, and we hope Armstrong continues to get the nod if Hasenhüttl switches to starting 2 of the 3 instead. Antonio completes the starting 11, facing Brighton at home. I was hoping he'd get the odd return here and there despite a tougher run of fixtures, but he's not had a return since Gameweek 9. There's been a huge regression in his numbers over the last 4, but the current plan is to keep hold unless a clear better option becomes available. West Ham's fixtures are phenomenal from Gameweek 18, so if we're able to hold on until then, we may start to see him back to his early season form. On the bench it's Foster, Toney, Smith-Rowe and Livramento. Foster missed Gameweek 13 due to an injury, however realistically there weren't any upcoming games that we'd have benched Ramsdale for. The patience with Toney was rewarded as he scored for the 2nd consecutive game, so it's not ideal to bench him for the Tottenham game. However, all the picks in the starting 11 arguably deserve the selection. The depth on the bench puts us in a position of strength where no transfers are required, and any unexpected benching in Gameweek 14 isn't the end of the world. With this in mind, the plan is to roll the transfer this game week. Hopefully by Gameweek 15 we'll have a clearer picture of where to move next, but for now we'll stay patient and wait a game week. That concludes the team selection for Gameweek 14, thanks for watching today's video. If you'd like to follow my team this season, make sure you're subscribed, and if you missed the top 100 managers team selection video, a link will be on screen at the end. Let me know in the comments how your Gameweek 13 went and what your plan is for Gameweek 14. I read every comment, so if you enjoyed the video, let me know. Lastly, please remember to like the video and hit subscribe to support the channel.